how has T20 cricket changed the mindset of modern batters? Are you a bit surprised to see 250 plus scores being chased easily these days, as has been the case in IPL?
Well, it goes to show is the approach by the players, the positive approach by the players, and the way they practice. And records are being broken all the time, and that's what it's all about. The excitement that is created, and kudos to the players, to the coaches, all involved for creating the opportunity for the game to grow. To me, it's all good. It's all for the growth of the game, and that's what we want. We want the game to become globalized as much as possible, even more popular than soccer, perhaps the most popular sport in the entire world. So yes, technology, I'm for it. And I enjoy and like the approach of the players today, especially the batters. And I don't really see any negative where T20 cricket is concerned.
But when you see scores in the excess of 250, 260 being chased, hardly anything for the bowlers. I mean, don't you think that there should be a balance? There should be a parity between the batters and the bowlers so as to make the game a lot more entertaining?
Yes, and I'm sure there are times, depending on the wicket that you get, that the bowlers get their way. And I'm not biased in any way because at the end of the day, I just love cricket and I love to see a great contest. But when you really look at it, um, most of the fans, especially those who are learning the game, who don't quite understand all the tactics and intricacies of the game, what excites them most is either the ball being hit out of the park or if it's falling. If the ball is keep going out of the park, people go crazy. They love that. So we have to keep that in mind as well. Unfortunately, the bowlers are the one who are being pinged all over the place. So perhaps what needs to be done is for and I'm sure they've done it, is um, to put in their mind that as a bowler, if you go for for 50, 60, especially in a good pitch, that's not bad at all. The thing is, we're accustomed in Test match figure to go for two, 3 runs for over, ODI maybe four. So we always want to be conservative. We don't want to be hit for too many runs. We want to get wickets. But at the end of the day, the bigger picture is that people love to see the ball sailing over the boundary, and that's where the most excitement is had. Unfortunately, the bowlers sometimes suffer, but there are times when the bowlers have their day as well.
But maybe as something can be worked out so as to say, for instance, two over two bounces in an over, or perhaps getting the boundary ropes are farther a few yards behind, so as to bring that balance, bring that parity into the game, because the modern T20 game is too much in favor of the batters.
Well, you see, as I said, that's how you look, depending on how you look at it. I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong with that is concerned, but it's about the entertainment and what the public want. It's about giving the fans, the public, what they want. So if there's a greater demand for 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 things to change, for instance, preparing more sporting pitches, like what you might get in test matches, if that's what the public want, then fine. I'm happy to go along with that. But at the end of the day, the greater picture is what is necessary. What do the public, the fans, what do they really want? And I think today that's what they want, and that's what they've got to get. Sorry, not because I'm a batsman, but I'm more interested in the game, the growth of the game, than being a batsman or a bowler. Yes, we have to find ways and means to keep a balance, but at the end of the day, the most important thing is the excitement and to fill the seats of the stadiums.
Sir Richie, having traveled across the globe and officiated as match referee in various T20 leagues, where will you keep IPL compared to other global leagues, be it the Caribbean Premier League or
It seems
SA20
it
or
seems like it seems like you want to get me in trouble.
no, no, not really. I'm just
Yeah,
taking your
because
overall view.
you
Where do
started
you
out
keep?
by saying as a match referee, I have to be very neutral. So I've got to be very careful what I say. But the whole world knows, which is the most exciting, the biggest event in world cricket. in terms of T20. Everybody knows that, and that's why all the players are there. Everybody looks forward to the IPL. It is the biggest show where cricket is concerned internationally. So yes, of course, the IPL. I mean, it's very obvious. But of course, there are many other leagues around the world that very exciting. I mean, so the important thing is that the game is growing. Countries are able to put on these leagues so that the game, all the stakeholders can benefit. And that's what it's all about for me, to grow the game of cricket globally.
Apart from IPL, what is that other league means, that can compete IPL?
I don't know. I've only participated in IPL once, and I've just recently participated in the PSL. So it's very difficult for me to make that comparison. But from what I see on television, from what I hear, from the excitement the players get when you talk about IPL, has to be the number one T20 league around the world without a doubt. So what, as I said, I don't want to get too much involved with that. All I'm interested in is the fact that the game is growing. Players are able to make a decent living from the game. You know, um, and more people are being attracted to the game in various countries around the world, in the US, in China, Africa, South America, even in Russia they play cricket. So that's what's all about me. Not which league is the best, making a comparison. To me, it's about the game. It's about growing the game. And if a particular country is doing very well to grow the game, yeah, kudos to them. But the important is for us to work together, help each other so that the game can benefit and all the stakeholders can benefit.
Sir Richie, how has the game evolved from your playing days to now?
Well, the approach is different. Of course, because of the T20, for one, the bats seems to be a lot better, and players approach, even practice. I remember playing an ODI in Jamaica against England, and Eddie Hemmings was bowling on a turning pitch, and Eddie Hemmings could spin the ball, so he was like fishing the ball outside the off, some turning in sharply into me, and it was very difficult to score. So I decided, look, I'm going to play reverse sweep. Batting with Clive Lloyd at the time. When I played that shot, executed it perfectly. It went for four. The crowd was over the moon, but Clive Lloyd, our captain, was really upset. How could I have played such a shot? But in those days, a reverse sweep wasn't a shot that you play in any, any form of cricket. But today now, I mean, you see batsmen coming in, even in Test cricket, and the first ball they receive, they play a reverse sweep. So it means that the game is changing. Batters are being more innovative, and we need that in the game. We need the game to continue to grow and to be exciting. And I noticed in Test cricket in the last few years has been really, really very exciting in the way that the players have approached the game, playing very aggressive cricket. We are looking to win all the time, playing a lot of shots. And so I am very, very excited with the way cricket is going at the moment. And of course, I want to see it grow in North America. I want to see it grow in China. I mean, all parts of the world, because it's a great game. I mean, I just left Pakistan, the PSL, and I met up with a few people there. And cricket sort of like give you the opportunity to bring people together, and friends who you have met for years. And when you get together, the feeling is just a wonderful thing because everybody have the same goal, the same ambition, and they love the game of cricket. And so I just want to see cricket become the number one sport in the world. I mean, when you consider the population of India and China, if you can get China more involved in the game, and then that's it. So yes, we got to do all that we can to keep promoting the game, make sure that we maintain the integrity of the game, because it's great. It's great for character building. It's great for nation building, and it's a sport that we all love so much.
So, Sir Richie, do you think technology has benefited the game? Yes, there are a few negatives as well. Overall, your assessment as a match referee.
I think technology is really good. It allows us to get to the correct decision 99.99% of the time. It also adds a new dimension to the game, which I think would entice the younger generation in particular, whom we are trying to attract more to the game. The world is moving on. Every day there's new technologies, and we have to move with the times. We can't afford to be stuck back in time. We got to move with the times, and technology is the way to go. Of course, the human element will still be there, and we don't want to lose that. But we have to move with technology, and I'm all for it 100%.
But talking about West Indies cricket, West Indies have since failed to make it to the semi-finals of the 50 overs World Cup. Your thoughts, Richie? Obviously, since that 1996 World Cup semi-final loss, West Indies have never made it to the semi-final or for that matter, final of the 50 overs World Cup.
Well, the West Indies obviously have a lot of work to do, and I'm sure that the people in authority and control are aware of that. It will take some time, I believe, but the world is a wrong place. And I believe with the talent that we have, if we can really put things together structurally, we can be back to where we were back in those days. It's not going to be easy, but should never lose hope. We should always believe. We should always support. I know the rest of the world, especially in your part of the world, would like to see West Indies cricket strong again. We in the Caribbean want it to be strong again because of the impact that we created on the game. And I believe that it will happen again. It's not going to be easy. We just got to keep pushing, keep fighting, and support West Indies cricket as much as possible.
Sir Richie, would you have enjoyed playing in the IPL? Or is there simply too much cricket these days?
No, if the demand is there, you gotta give it to the public. If the public wants to give that, you gotta give it to them. And for me, it's all about globalizing the game of cricket. T20 is an exciting format. It's a format that people use to reach out to people who traditionally do not play the game. So I don't have a problem with T20 cricket. It's doing very well. It's enticing younger people to get involved in the game. So I'm really in support of T20 cricket.
And talking about West Indies cricketers, they get so much criticism for choosing franchise leagues over the maroon cap. Obviously, the maroon cap something that you have treasured, you have honored playing for. So, do you understand why it happens though? Is there a solution?
Well, I'm not sure if I want to get into too much details where this is concerned, but it has to do, I believe, with the system of our cricket, the way our players are being handled and looked after. And I think there was a breakdown with the players in Western cricket, a few years ago. And I'm sure that efforts are being made to rectify that. And it's important that the players and the authorities are on the same page, realizing the importance of working together. And and I'm sure if they can sort it out, that I can see the team doing better, West Indies cricket becoming stronger, and players focusing more on representing the West Indies. Of course, people have a choice, and people have to live, and there's no guarantee that you're gonna play for 5, 10, 15 years in the game. So every opportunity they get, they're thinking about their future, which you have to understand. But I think that if you create a structured environment where there's a very good balance where players, excuse me, can get the opportunity to, make a good living from the game and at the same time still represent the country, I think that would be a good thing.
West Indies has produced some fearsome pace bowlers in your era. So, why do you see the decline?
Well, as I said before, the world is a round place. And I understand that there are something in the arm of Western Strip. They're just hiding a few of them. Very soon they will be released. So that's what I heard. I don't know how true that is. But such is life. I don't know what caused it. I don't know what caused the decline. I don't know if it has to do with the pitches. Uh, really don't know. There's lots of speculation. There's a lot of theories going around. I honestly don't know why we have not produced the type of fast bowlers in abundance that we did. back in the 80s, 70s, and late 70s and 80s. But maybe it's just a coincidence, but it happened before, and I believe it can happen again.
And finally, among the modern day batters, who has impressed you the most and why?
I don't like to be specific. I mean, you know, as a match referee, it's about being fair and equal to everyone. I can't come across as being or having favoritism. There are tremendous players around the globe, and some great ambassadors of the game out there playing the game. I just saw a beautiful 100, yes, last night. Baba Azam. I mean, just unbelievable. And the number of players around the world like Baba, who create a tremendous impact on the game with their style of play, with the batting, bowling, and feeling. And we just got to really big up these players and continue to encourage them and hope that they continue to create a positive impact on the game. Every country has got one or two players who are of a very high caliber, very special, and we just hope that we can continue to see great players like these players come through.
Thank you very much, Sir Richie. So that was Sir Richie Richardson exclusive. Keep watching this space to get all the updates throughout our coverage of sports. This is me, Debasis, signing out for Revsportz. Keep watching the space.